Irashaimase, and welcome back. My name is Mizuchi Uruka, Blue Dragon Vtuber, and today we're back in A Kiss for the Petals, remembering how we met. I'm trying to think of a recap of last time. We... what did we do? I think we were preparing for a tea party, and I think we finally... Miya came up with a good plan for the tea party, and so now we're going to do the tea party, which I believe is today. Yeah. So let's go. Meatballs. I have no idea why I said that. I'm so sorry. I'm still trying to get past my first minute of the video so I can speak normally. All right. Let's go. What? Miya-san isn't here yet. No, I'm certain she was here when the snacks were ordered for the event. For the event were delivered, though. We can't seem to find her anywhere now. Miya-san, it can't be. She didn't come here just to skip. She couldn't have. For now, we'll just have to divide Mia's duties among the rest of us. Right, in that case, I'll go find anyone who can lend a hand. Thank you so much. How do things ends up like this? Come on, Miya-san. Why? Oh, Risa-san. Miya-san, you... You know how long it took me to run here. You know I'm not good at cardio. The next day, the first thing I did was go to her to complain. Lucky me, she was skipping class again too. The nerve of that girl. Why are you so angry? It was thanks to my plan that the tea party was a huge success, was it not? Yeah, that's true, but even though Miya-san was nowhere to be found yesterday, the tea party had been a huge success. The snacks she had ordered, in particular, were incredibly popular. Mail-ordered sweets. It seemed like they were hard to come by, so they were an especially big hit with the senior girls. So then, we should have nothing to complain about, right, Risa-san? I was so irritated, I couldn't really say anything. Yesterday's success was mainly thanks to Miya-san. We even had a tiny little junior girl get word of the party and try to crash it. She started shouting, "You let me have some of those sweets too," causing a pretty big ruckus. That fucking ruckus maker. I can accept the hard work she put in this time, but I refuse to accept any more of her cutting class. Refuse! I refuse! Oh man, I was so close to the end of that chapter. Oh well. My bad for leaving you guys on a cliffhanger. Anyways, after the tea party wrapped up without any major incidents, our peaceful days returned. Until just recently, we were being summoned to committee meetings even during our lunch breaks, so I hadn't had a leisurely afternoon in a while. Today I finally managed to enjoy a relaxing lunch with my friends. Risa-san, you really did a wonderful job with your work in the tea party committee. Thank you, but I didn't do all that much. Don't be ridiculous. I've been hearing nothing but positive comments from the girls in the senior class. Really? Well, I'm happy to hear that, but knowing that someone else enjoyed the fruits of my labor made volunteering all worthwhile. I may not have had the purest motives, but all well that ends well. Even so, my classmate shared a look and giggled. What is it? I heard what happened about how this year's plan for the tea party was all Miya-san's idea. How could she have come up with such a marvelous plan, all while appearing to have no interest whatsoever in the event? It's incredible. I've come to expect as much from Miya-san. Oh, sorry, girl. Sorry. It's just, you guys know I have really bad constipation, okay? Miya-san's stock seems to have skyrocketed overnight. I really wanted to let them know about how she had bailed on us the day of the event. I hear that due to the circumstances beyond her control, she was unable to participate in the day of the event. Surely she should have wanted to see the tea party herself. That truly is unfortunate. So everyone's interpreting what happened with Miya-san as a scheduling conflict? She was either socially adept or a liar, and a sneak. I wanted to let them know my opinion, but I bit my tongue. The people say Michaels really aren't suspicious about anyone, or are they just too easygoing? I heard how Risa-san was quick to give out instructions to everyone to make up for the areas where they were missing Miya-san. Huh? Even the teachers were talking about how remarkable the two girls from the snow class were on the committee. Well, I'm done eating. Gochiso samidashita. Oh goodness, Risa-san. Are you finished with your lunch already? I'm a fast eater. I have a few things I need to do, so I got up and left in a hurry. It's kind of nice knowing I'm getting some recognition too, but fuck that bitch! This is really hard for me to stomach. I'm not sure how I feel about being lumped into the same group as Miya-san. I mean, I'm not a slacker. She's a slacker. I'm big surprised. The talk of the town Miya-san is skipping class again today. I didn't think I'd ever be able to enjoy a relaxing lunch as long as she kept cutting class. But I can't ignore this. After all, I am the class representative. I am the class representative. I am the one who represents. Miya-san, there you are. Where the fuck have you been? Are you shitting me right now? Sorry, let me adjust my headphones. They're kind of uncomfortable on my face right now. They're uncomfortable on my scales. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I dropped my thingy. Ow. I hate my chair, guys. My chair! Why can't I just lean back on my chair? I need a new chair. This chair's pretty, I think this chair's less than 2 years old. Depressing. Well, actually, no, it is at least 2 years old now. I've lived here for about a year. Anyways. Oh my, it seems you found me. Too bad. Geez, you're smiling again. Are you making fun of me? I'm always making fun of you. I mean, look at those twin tails. Ugly. Oh, no, about my twin tails. My constipation. Back when I started looking for her, she always had an irritated look on her face. But lately, she always seemed to be smiling for some reason. It was like she enjoyed having me chase after her. I'm not enjoying this at all, though. Enough already. It's time for you to come to class, Miya-san. You've said that before. It's unnecessary for me, though. That may be true, but you skip too much. Don't cry to me if you get held back a year. Say Michaels holds people back? Well, actually, I wasn't sure. I knew there were people who took leaves of absence due to sickness or studies abroad, but I never actually heard of anybody being held back before. Up to now, nobody has ever been as delinquent as you, Miya-san. I'm sure they do hold people back. Oh, I see. But I do keep proper track of my attendance. What? Really? The school is particularly lenient compared to the other schools in the area, so that helps as well. But if you actually do get sick someday, won't you be in trouble then? You worry too much, Risa-san. I shall cross that bridge. I shall cross that bitch. I shall cross that bridge if I come to it. Geez, if you're only coming to school to fool around, you could at least show up to class. I think you might actually get something out of it. Yeah, that may be true on rare occasion. See, so then. But no thank you. I still show up for tests, and my grades are utterly impeccable. That's true, although I think most people would show a little more modesty. It was obvious Miya-san was a genius from everything I've witnessed to this point. And she made absolutely no effort to hide it. So then, you acknowledge it? Yes, but... And furthermore... Wait, there's more? Hearing her brag about how smart she was enough for me. What on earth was she planning to tell me now? My parents made quite a sizable donation to the school, so I'll manage, somehow. Huh? Now she's bragging about how rich she was, too? This motherfucker. Obviously, students of St. Michael's had rich parents. That just came with the territory. But for some reason, that made me really angry. Well, you sure do have some great parents, don't you, Miya-san? Fuck you. My parents are dead, so... Miya-san? Till a moment ago, she seemed like she was having fun taking shots at me, and now she had certainly displeased look on her face. Hey, Miya-san? Don't talk about my parents like that! She left quietly, without responding. What was that about? All of a sudden, I mean, she brought them up, so what the fuck? Later, after that, Miya-san didn't show up to afternoon classes either. It was no different from what she usually did, but for some reason, I couldn't help but be concerned. Sorry, I keep pressing the right the right click. Miya-san? Oh, did I fuck up? Am I just a huge fuck up? Miya-sama, I'm here to pick you up. Thank you. However, I'll be walking home today, so you may go on ahead. Understood. In that case, please take care. After sending away the car that had come for me, I continued walking, increasingly irritated. It had been quite some time since I'd felt so addled. It's been some time since I've been so addled. Hold on, I gotta look up this word. Define addled. Unable to think clearly or confused. It doesn't even give me a phonetic spelling. It derives from Dutch and German and Old English. It's Germanic. Adela, Adele, addled. Learning English as we go. This is all because of Risa-san. I hadn't been able to get what she said to me during lunch out of my head. Well, you sure do have some great parents, don't you, Miya-san? What? What could someone like Risa-san possibly know about me? Gah! My pathetic father who had nearly ruined the company, and my mother always putting on airs and being abusive towards him. I have no desire to acquaintance. To those two whom I felt disdain for. I had chosen St. Michael's specifically to spite them. Why do I have to feel this way when I'm at St. Michael's too? I had intended to spend the entire 3 years idly doing whatever suited my fancy. Why does that girl, that Azumi Risa, have to behave so aggressively towards me? I had planned for the days to pass without any particular significance, free from connections to anyone. Why? For what reason? The answer came almost immediately. It's simply because she is an upstanding class representative, and I am an irresponsible delinquent girl. Yes. Hee Risa-san, who was volunteered to be class representative, and was so happy when she was chosen. Risa-san, who searched for me until she was out of breath. Risa-san, who got so irritated when she was unable to offer a rebuttal to the things I said to her. All these various images of her came to mind. Risa-san, she truly is an odd one. Her words had reminded me of my ill will towards my parents. However, when I thought of her, the thought of Risa-san, those dark feelings mysteriously began to fade. I think I just... Did I smile a little bit? I was so surprised by myself. I'd only been occasionally thinking about Risa-san. I wonder why. I haven't ever felt this way before. Do I have a heart? Did it grow 2 sizes too big? Even in a clear state of mind, I couldn't figure out the reason for this feeling. No, it was more likely I didn't want to figure it out. Oh, you sneak. You're a sneak! Oh! Oh! Goodness, Risa-san. To see you suddenly scream upon seeing my face just now. How am I supposed to take that? I'm sorry. Good day, Miya-san. Yes, and to you as well, Risa-san. That was really embarrassing. I had suddenly yelped without thinking, but it was just such a shock. Even so, I can't believe Miya-san is in class first thing in the morning. It's been forever since she was here this early. These days, You could say it was almost an established character trait for me to be so tardy, or that's how it felt. But being here first thing in the morning is what students are supposed to do. I can't believe I'm this surprised by it. Maybe I was getting soft in my expectations for her. It was scary to think about. I was getting used to it. Now, I can put my mind at ease and, huh? Wait a second. What if she's just going to disappear right before class is about to start? Until the bell rang. Until the teacher entered the room. I couldn't let my guard down. Yes, that's right. You won't put one over on me this time, Miya-san. I have no intention of putting one over on you, but what do you mean by that exactly? Huh? Nothing. I better get ready before the teacher gets here. I shouldn't have said that shit out loud. You truly are a strange one, Miya-san. She was mocking me and my constipation. It runs in my family, okay? How embarrassing. Sheesh. While we were going on like that, the teacher entered the room, and the lesson began as usual. Blah, 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 blah. Well, that was all the time we have. So, that will be all for today's lesson. Don't forget to hand in your reports by next week. Phew, it's over. Miya-san had actually stayed all the way to the end of first period. I'm so proud of her. I wonder if she really finally decided to start showing up. Seriously today. Feeling a weight off my mind, I looked beside me. Miya-san was packing her things to go home. Miya-san, what are you doing? Oh, is it not obvious? But clearly I'm mistaken. You couldn't possibly be going home already. Indeed. Hee 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 hee. I don't think so. He forced a strained laugh. Oh my, those two are laughing so cheerfully together. Something quite amusing must have snapped. Oh. Something quite amusing must have happened. As usual, our clueless classmates' discussion was completely off base. Geez, what are you talking about? Ah! For a brief moment, my attention was distracted by them. In a flash, Miya-san was standing, bag in hand. Well, Risa-san, I shall be taking my leave of today's remaining classes. I bid you good day. Without even giving me a chance to respond, Miya-san was at the door. What did she just... Jeez! Just when I had been in wonder at her rare morning appearance, but this had been her plan all along. Grr, and I'll bet she's planning on wasting time somewhere on the campus again. The very next break we got, I'm gonna look for you. I shouted after her, even though there was no way she could hear me. I'm gonna get you, Risa-san! Miya-san! Risa's my name! She's not here. I feel sad. And lonely. Mainly sad. Pretty lonely, though. Sad and lonely? I didn't know if she was moving between breaks, but no matter how hard I looked, I couldn't find Miya-san anywhere. Where could she be for so long? As I was looking for Miya-san, I became fairly preoccupied with her. Even when I'm not in class, it seems I spend most of my time thinking about her. However, at this point, even I was aware how much Miya-san preoccupied my thoughts. Once I realized she was skipping class, all I had on my mind was just trying to set her straight somehow. And now it had become more than that. And it seemed like there was some kind of underlying reason for the way she was skipping class. At least, that's what I thought. Maybe I should try a more serious talk with her. Whoops. Although I was worried whether having an honest conversation with her was even possible at this point. Once school let out, I finally found Miya-san on her usual bench in the central courtyard. I looked here a dozen times this afternoon, but she was never there. So she was moving around. I bet she got some secret hiding place I still haven't found out about. Miya-san? Fuck cardio. Obviously, I was a little worn out. I was out of breath and my throat was dry. You look tired, Risa-san. You may help yourself, if you'd like. He poured some tea from a nearby pot and held it out to me. Thank you, Miya-san. I was so thirsty I took it without thinking. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh, Yoshida-san. This is really good. Isn't it, though? This happens to be my favorite tea. I never had anything this good before. Would you like some more? Yeah, if you would've... Wait, no, I'm not falling for that one. Honestly, there's no need for such restraint, especially after drinking it with such abandon. My dear, upstanding class representative. How could I accept a payoff from the enemy, no matter how thirsty I may have been? A payoff? I hardly think a single cup of tea is anything that scandalous. No, I almost let myself get carried away. I couldn't forget the real reason I was here. Miya-san, do you think it's some sort of joke, only coming to first period? Not at all. She poured another cup of tea, which she started to drink herself. She appeared to be enjoying a carefree tea time. Where did her composure come from? Now then, you were saying, Risa-san? Jeez. Given the current mood, especially now that I drank her tea, I felt like complaining wasn't going to accomplish much. Fine, you win for today. Class is over anyway. Indeed. Well then, I shall be going home as well. She put away the teapot and stood up. There's nothing I could do. Oh yeah, I forgot. Without thinking, I called out to her. Miya-san, if you're in a hurry, could we talk for a second? Oh, you and me? That's right. If you got things to do, then never mind, but it might be nice sometime, don't you think? Yeah, I suppose. Although if your intent is to lecture me, I'll be leaving right now. That's not it at all. I said so plainly as Miya-san nodded her head and took a seat next to me. What do we do now? You want to make out? I mean, I want to get to know her better. With that goal in mind, I started talking to her about all sorts of things. About school, about her classmates, about her 3 sizes. The conversation wandered randomly. Do you really enjoy school that much, Risa-san? I don't know if I'd say that, but I'm aiming for perfect attendance, so I don't want to miss any days. Miya-san looked at me as though she was regarding some unusual creature. Please say something. I just find it surprising. That certainly does fit your established pattern, though. But if I'm the class representative and if I have perfect attendance, I'll get noticed by the teachers, and then I'll have better odds of getting into a good college or getting a job. And then? So then obviously that's something to aim for, right? To be honest, I hadn't given those things much thought up to this point, or rather, I didn't realize there were people at this school who thought about such things. Well, it's true that many of people at St. Michael's stick with the school's escalator program once they graduate, or go work with their parents' companies, or just get married. I'll give you that. Maybe there weren't many people who gave much thought to their permanent record, but given that I didn't have any connections, I had to work extra hard. I'd seen all the hardships my mom had to go through. It was never too early to start acting with your future in mind. That's true. The people here really do take things leisurely. Miya-san? She had a far-off look in her eyes. What kind of school had she attended before this? I was really curious, so I blurted out the question. Miya-san, what sort of school did you come to before St. Michael's? I went to... The name she said was extremely well-known preparatory school. I was nothing short of surprised. Miya-san, why would you leave an amazing school like that to come to St. Michael's? I don't wish to discuss that. I see. Okay. Somehow an atmosphere of tension had developed between us. I wondered if something had happened when she was at the school. But I couldn't push the issue any further. Even so, I still wanted to know a little bit more about Miya-san. For example, what her day-to-day life was like, or her family. So, what do your parents do, Miya-san? When she heard that, her mood seemed to get even worse. Come to think of it, she seemed to get upset when I mentioned her parents the other days too. Why do you ask me that, Risa-san? Well, I just want to get to know you better. I'd really like to know. None of your concern. I didn't. The air suddenly turned frigid. The intensity of rejection coming from her was like a wall. Risa-san, I had to ask you to stop hovering around me so much. But Miya-san. She spoke with a harshness I had never heard from her before. I was so shocked, I couldn't even say anything. If you would please excuse me. As I watched her walk swiftly away, it was a long time before I was able to move from the bench. My loneliness is creeping back. I didn't really intend to speak so harshly. I had finally managed to have an ordinary conversation with Risa-san. I was precisely what I had been hoping for some time now. My wish was finally granted today. Ooh! That girl. Miya-san was just having an ordinary That girl, Miya-san was just having an ordinary conversation with me. And what did I go and do? Stupid blabbermouth! She had no knowledge of my situation, so she surely didn't mean to anything by it, but she was just asked a harmless, innocent question concerning my parents. In my head, I knew that was all it was, but even so, whenever my parents are mentioned, I found it difficult to control my feelings. It was extremely painful. Miya-san, what on earth did she think of me now? Just thinking about it made my heart ache. I wouldn't have been feeling this way if it had been anyone else. If it was anyone else! Good day, Miya-san. Good day. My classmates were politely exchanging greetings. It was a common sight every morning. The only thing that was difficult was the only thing that was different, difficult/different, same thing, was me. I really must have done something to upset Miya-san yesterday. That just made me want to know about her even more. The only reason I had asked her about her parents was because I was kind of curious. I never could have imagined she was refused as strongly as she did. This whole morning, I felt pretty dejected. I wonder if she's still mad. I hope she would show up like the usual. I entered the classroom, but it was no surprise that Miya-san wasn't there. Usually she would just leave her bag behind, but that was missing too. Is it possible she really didn't come today? Growing concerned, without thinking, I asked one of my habitually early classmates if she knew anything habitually. To have a habit like that in the habit of something. Interesting. Do you happen to know if Miya-san has gotten here yet? Oh, Miya-san? Come to think of it, I haven't seen her yet this morning. I see. Thank you. I was getting worried. Maybe she was just running late instead of skipping. But what if she hadn't come because of what happened yesterday? She was in such a bad mood. What if that was why she didn't come to school today? The more I think about it, the more worried I get. Maybe I was just worrying too much about her. Maybe she had a bad egg, who had gone from skipping class to skipping school entirely. That kind of degeneracy is inexcusable. My vision grew dim. Miya-san, you're looking rather pale. Are you all right? Oh my, she is. Perhaps you could go to the nurse's office. I'm fine. But I said I'm fine! I was usually careful not to do anything that would worry my classmates, but I didn't have that kind of composure right now, and I quietly took my seat. Miya-san, I'm begging you, please get here soon. Good day, everyone. No. In the midst of everything, the teacher had arrived. She began taking the morning attendance. Ayase-san. Oh, is she not here? Has anybody seen her? No. Nobody spoke up to respond. How strange. I saw her family car at the main gate this morning. Huh? I'd seen a car come to drop off and pick up Miya-san several times, as they did with many students at the school. But she's still not here? So this is my fault. Azumi-san, what's the matter? I'm sorry. Please excuse me. I'm gonna go cry in the bathroom. I returned to the classroom, unable to simply sit and do nothing. Alright, I'm gonna save it here. And we're gonna save on if we're gonna go find Miya-san or not. Is she really at school? Who knows? Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna continue this series no matter whether you guys like it or not, but I hope you guys are liking it. Hopefully you guys like VNs. I don't really know. I think most of my subscribers right now are Terraria lovers, so yeah, hopefully over the next year or two they'll slowly switch to people who like anime, VNs, etc. People who like SEO and don't hate SEO. But anyways, let's see. I don't have any announcements, so but yeah, please comment down below if you are here, and if there's any VNs that you would suggest that I do next after this. I know we're still in the middle of this, but it's always good to prepare ahead. But Kindred of Spirits on the Roof is also next, and I have one extra one that's just kind of like a random one. I don't remember the name though. But yeah. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and kinda have a good rest of your day /evening/afternoon. Bye bye.